Previously on the Nerdy Ronin Network.
What? What? Squeaky chair, what'd you say? Oh, we're live? Oh, crap. Well, here we are. It's Hump Day, my favorite day of the week. I believe I've covered this before. It should be everybody's favorite day of the week. We're halfway to the weekend. The first half of the work week is done. But I guess not for everybody. But I love Hump Day. So here it is, Wednesday, and we're going to talk about not a movie. Now, first things first, I hope you're doing well. I want to thank you for being here and checking out the channel. Please like, subscribe, hit that little dingy bell so you never miss a notification. I'm feeling better. My leg is not quite as swollen, so I'm on the mend. It's not perfect, but I'm on the mend. So, almost as good as new fat nerd. Squeaky chair won't shut up about how my leg's fat again. But whatever. Squeaky chair, oh, he's got a mouth on him. So look, first things first, in the description some links to things that I use or approve of. They don't pay me, they're just great products. So feel free to check those out. I'd appreciate it. You might find something to make your life easier. You'll definitely find coffee. Good coffee. Now look here. You may not know this. I'm sure that a few of you are or were Doctor Who fans. I was a Doctor Who fan for many years. I'm talking old Who, like before my time Doctor Who. For those of you who don't know, Doctor Who's been around for over 55 years in one different form or the other. It's a beloved show. And there was a revival of it back in the early 2000s. And it was a huge hit. You had Christopher Eccleston playing the Doctor in the first season of the revival. Then you had David Tennant, who is the one that most American fans are aware of. And then you had Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi after that, who was a great Doctor, but it was written so poorly it made him look bad, because at this point when Peter Capaldi came in, they started pushing the SJW narrative and started making it more about the message instead of about good storytelling, which is what Doctor Who has always been about. And then, of course, we have the beginning of the end, the beginning of the destruction of canon for the show with the latest Doctor, Jodie Whittaker, who, from the get-go, when it was announced that she was going to be the new Doctor and they were going with a female Doctor, she came out and basically crapped on the fans and admitted she knew not anything about Doctor Who nor cared anything about it, and it showed in her performance. And although her performance had a huge amount of people watching it on the very first episode, from that moment forward it was decline until they crashed the ship. They rewrote the history of the show and the creation of the first Doctor, because message. They just destroyed it. Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker destroyed Doctor Who intentionally. Now that there's hardly anyone watching it, and the only ones talking about it are the Twitterati, people on Twitter that just are happy there's representation. which there always has been, but since these people don't watch the show, they're just looking for a fight to pick. Regardless, her run as the pretend Doctor Who is over. She has one more special that she's in. It's already been filmed. She's over and done with. She's out of here. And true original fans of Doctor Who were happy to hear that Russell T Davies was going to come back to fix the show. And there was some minor clapping because nobody knew for sure what was going to happen unless he destroyed the part of the Jodie Whittaker series that ruined the backstory and the canon of Doctor Who. These fans were gone for good. But there was a glimmer of hope. That's right. Because Russell T Davies did a great job when he did the Doctor Who revival and brought it back. He actually cared about the character and the history of the character. Well, the other day, on Sunday, they announced who the 14th Doctor will be. And this is he. And I'm not even going to pretend to know how to say his name. Chudi, Gatwa, I don't know. My apologies. I have no idea how that's said. And everybody was excited. Alright? Because evidently this guy was excited to play, and he seemed to really like Doctor Who. And then on Monday were the BAFTA Awards, and he was interviewed, and the first words out of his mouth were, "It needs more diversity and inclusion, and they need to work harder to get the message out." Well, that's it, folks. I don't care what they do. I'm done. I will watch old Who. I will watch Eccleston, Tennant, Smith, Capaldi. But as far as I'm concerned, Doctor Who ended with Capaldi. Capaldi was the death march, and it's sad because Capaldi, who was a true fan and had been a fan since he was a child, was treated like crap and written so poorly. And they were more concerned with letting his companion remind him every episode that she was gay and liked the ladies, that it made the show, it was a death march for it. And so when Jodie Whittaker came on, regardless of her disrespect for the lore, the canon, the fans, everybody knew what was going to happen. Now, if you look at Twitter, everybody only hated it because there was a lady. Nope. Had nothing to do with it. Just like with this new one, it's a black man. And the first thing they have to say is, hey, first person of color to play the lead role. Wrong. In Jodie Whittaker's run, when they destroyed the canon and changed the origin story, they had a black female doctor. So, sorry dude, you're not the first. There have been black main characters in Doctor Who for years. And if your whole reason for doing this is to have a person of color in the lead, you're the one that's wrong. His color shouldn't matter. Nobody that's a Doctor Who fan cares what color the actor is. We just want good stories. And the fact that you can't figure this out shows how ignorant you are. BBC. And Russell T Davies? No. Wash my hands with you, sir. I had hopes, but I should have known better. And when the actor within 24 hours of being put out there that he was going to be the next Doctor, and he's talking about diversity, inclusion, the message, and you're right there beside him, clapping like a trained seal, agreeing with everything he's saying. Nope, done with you. I gave you a chance, and regardless of how well written it is, if it has the message in it, which it sounds like this actor that's all he cares about, I won't watch it. And you will not gain back the fans that you lost over the last 3 seasons. There you have it, folks. I know this isn't a movie review, but this is the news, and it's important. As a actual fan of Doctor Who, I was decimated when they ruined the show, and now hope is lost. Sadly, I'm out completely. Done with you. As far as I'm concerned, Peter Capaldi was the last Doctor. There you have it. Michael the microphone, squeaky chair, and this irritated fat nerd. We'll see you on Friday.